Hello YouTube and welcome to the latest video with me, Kev the Reseller. In today's video I am going charity shopping. So I had the GoPro strapped to my bag, so you're out there in the shops with me, seeing all the things I picked up, all the things I left, all the things I missed, maybe, you can let me know if I did, and all that kind of jazz when it comes to charity shopping as a reseller. So if you like reseller kind of videos, whether that be car boot sales, auctions, charity shops, all that kind of stuff, then you're in the right place, because that is what I aim to do on this channel. And if you're new here, why not think about liking the video? That would massively support me. And if you really do like it, then hit that subscribe button. Massively appreciate it if you could. So like I said, this video is all about charity shopping. I got out into 3 towns and, well, let's get into it. Let's take a look at what I bought in the charity shops. So then, decided to do a bit of a narration for this video.
First one closed.
Yeah, that was a good start. 3 shops in this town, and apparently on Saturdays 2 of them were closed. But actually, this was the shop that I really wanted to come to, so it wasn't all doom and gloom. I thought about looking through the Ladieswear, and then I didn't. But I do look through a bit later in the video, so all good. I went over to the toys and the games, saw if anything kind of grabbed my attention. This did at first, but to be completely honest, I thought it looked old. It just wasn't. I think it was 2019 Smith's Toys, something like that. So that went back on the shelf. And I also saw a couple of Wombles, but yeah, they were a little bit grubby, and actually the return on them wasn't fantastic. So they went back on the shelf as well. And then, as you do, we moved over to the clothing. And this was my first pickup of the day. These Armani jeans. Obviously saw the metal tags quite a bit. Was having a quick flick over them just to make sure they were legit, but there was plenty of labels in there. And the final label I saw was this like eco wash label. And I think, I'm not entirely sure fakes would be going to those kind of lengths in terms of making jeans. So that was my kind of final deciding point. And I should see back probably about 30 quid on those. They sent me back £3. So yeah, nice start to the day there. Moved on to the shirts, but really wasn't anything going on there. Very generic brands, nothing stood out at all. So we moved on. And I noticed this bucket on the floor with belts. And I do quite like looking at the belts. And this one grabbed my eye. Mustang American Muscle. Thought it looked pretty cool. But then something seemed a little bit off. It didn't have a buckle. Now, I'm not sure if that isn't a belt or if it's just a belt without a buckle. I don't know, but I wasn't bothering with that. Right, on to some jumpers. These were all $4.99, so relatively pricey, but this was a Reese one here. It's kind of a jumper polo. I do really like picking up Reese. Seems to sell quick. It's quite a wanted brand, so at £5 should easily turn into 20-25. So yeah, took that one home. Slightly different in the same shop, but they have like an electronics section, mostly with DVDs and CDs, but this time around they had a lot of PS2 games in there. So I was having a flick through. A few of them were empty, as you can see, so just double check, make sure it really was in there, and it was. There was quite a few actually were empty. Then I noticed there was a tub, and it had a job lot, because I saw this gun and I was thinking, I wonder how much this is, until I saw that price. So it was a PS2, 1 controller and a couple of guns for £40, which, considering this was the first shop I went into, I don't really think it was worth parting with for 40 quid. There's obviously a bit of money in there, but it's quite an outlay for not a huge amount back. So I did decide to leave that. A lot of the games were pretty bog standard as well, but these are the ones that I picked up. There's a couple of titles in there that are going to be worth selling by themselves to make me back my money and then some. And then I've got the rest for fillers. And as I got up, I noticed there was a few more. So there's a couple of Harry Potters, so I can do like a little deal on them. Should see back about 12 to 15 for the 3, and a 360 Final Fantasy game I took home with me as well. So nice little start in that shop. Then I moved on to Frinton-on-Sea. So I do like this place. Nice high street with a good few shops down it. And as soon as I went in, this jumper on the left here kind of made me stop in my tracks. Had a little look, and it was a Peruna one. I have picked up some Peruna stuff in the past, but I did decide to leave that one. But I did see this Jaeger cardigan. I think it was £4, 100% cotton, nice kind of yellow colour. So I did take that one, although the footage doesn't show. I did pick that one up, so that was my first pickup in this town and in this shop, because there is a second pickup. And here it is. I've had quite a lot of success in this cabinet. They put all their electronics, they have quite a lot of vintagey old stuff, but it's actually that new-ish BT phone set there, 20 quid. That was knocked down to £2, so at 20 quid for that sold there. Hopefully boxed I should be able to see about 25 maybe. Picked up this Gant thing, this was £8. Just a little bit steep. It was nice. There's some money in it, but no, I wasn't willing that for £8. I'm quite stringent on what I pay for clothing, to be honest, half the time. Dr. Martens, always nice to see Dr. Martens out, but they were a bit battered and they wanted 20 quid for them. So again, there's some money in it, but sometimes you've got to be a bit picky with what you take. You can't be buying absolutely everything. Got to be, you know, picking your items wisely from time to time. Little fruit for the belts, nothing there. Right into this shop. So again, there's loads of ladies wear in here, look, but I didn't even bother. I moved straight past it to the men's. Some shops are just a bit too much for me when it comes to the ladies. So into the men's shirts. First thing I saw was this Claudio Lugli shirt. They wanted £5 for it. They can get some really good money, and to be fair, this probably could get maybe 20 quid, because that sold I'm showing there has got a bit more going for it than this. It was just a bit plain and grey, so I left that one. And what is this? Haft? That looks like a play on Gant to me. I don't know if that's some kind of hooky Gant thing. I don't know, but I left that. And again, another item of clothing that I left. I promise I'm not just going to be showing things that I leave, but that was a tenner and I left it. But look what I found here. See what I did there? I found it. Disney, I found it. It was 3 quid, but these sell all day long for 15 to 18. So yeah, I grabbed that one. I've sold that a good few times over the years. All right, next shop. This is probably, I say least favourite, it's a bit harsh, but it's my least successful shop, let's put it that way. So see if you can see anything that I missed, because I didn't pick up a single thing in here. Like, nothing really caught my eye on the electrical shelves, nothing really on here as well. It's just, yeah, it's just nothing really. I have got some things in here in the past, but today it obviously just wasn't my day in this shop. Little look through the kids stuff, seeing if there's anything Disney related for our time in Disneyland soon, but there wasn't. And again, I had little look through the shoes, nothing really got me. And some of the items as well will be priced quite highly in this shop. I do think they look into online sales of things. This is Mind charity shop. I've sold that t-shirt before, new with tags, for £20, and I think they wanted £6 for it pre-owned. So yeah, you're just not going to be doing it. This was the best of the bunch. I considered picking this up, but they did want £10 for it. I think, yeah, £9.95. Barber cable knit jumper. Probably get 20, but that was, 30, but that was best offer accepted. So you're probably looking about 25. And then on to probably my favourite shop in Frinton. I have got lots of things in here in the past, and today was no different. So start with the men, just right by the door, very awkward position because it's constantly getting people ask you to move out of the way. But I saw this, it obviously stands out. It's got fish all over it, so obvious reasons it stands out. It's a Ted Baker t-shirt, nothing too fantastic, but at 2 quid, probably easily see 10 to 12 back on that, so I was bagging that one. And then flicked through the shirts, and I came across this like safari type shirt. It's got like the cutaway armpit bits and some Velcro pockets that you'll see in a second. I think the brand was Cape Union Mart, which is nothing to me, certainly not something I'm aware of, but you could feel the quality, 100% cotton shirt. And I think with these safari shirts, it depends more on, you know, what they are and how they look is really what they're going to sell on, rather than that brand. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty quality piece, and that came home with me. I think that was £3 maybe. Yeah, so that was a nice little spot in here as well. Always look at the front in here, because I've picked up some really cool things at the front of this shop in the past, but they didn't really have anything interesting this time round. But this is my spark moment of this day when it came to the ladies' wear, because I saw this label in this jacket, and I've seen people talk about this many times before, and that's LK Bennett. I think it's probably more known for their shoes. You know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's where they really come to their own. But this was £2, and it had "as seen" on it. So you kind of see me now just looking over it to see, why is that written on there? What's the "as seen" bit got to do with it? And here we go. It became quite obvious when I opened that up. It was ripped on the kind of inside lining, but at £2, you know, that's relatively easy repair, and there were no other issues with it whatsoever. So I decided, just so I could say, yep, I've had some LK Bennett, I picked that one up. And like I say, when I said this was the spark, I thought, you know what, I'm going to go through the Ladieswear in this shop. It's nice and spaced out. It's quite easy to look through the rails. They're not too crammed up. So I made the most of going through pretty much every item in here. So I will show you some of the things I picked up. First one that really tickled my eye was this red cardigan here. It was a Laura Ashley wool cardigan. They wanted £5 for it, and to be completely honest, I think I probably should have taken it home. Should I have taken it home? Would you have taken that home? I didn't. I put it back on the rail, but I don't know. Something tells me maybe I should have grabbed it. I think I could have probably 4 or 5 times my money on that one, so maybe that should have came home, but it didn't. So sorry, Laura Ashley. You do go back on the rail for someone else to find now. But here's where it got a bit more interesting. Now, I got a lot of slack for picking this up on Instagram, but it was £3 and people were giving me all kinds of delightful adjectives, but picked that one up. Then I saw this Eastex pure new wool tweed type skirt, grabbed that one as well for £2.50. That's already sold now for £15. Then there was this one. I hadn't seen this brand before, but Zoe Carson. I did a few kind of eBay sold searches, and there were some, you know, reaching 30-40 quid, so couldn't find that exact one, but yeah, I was taking that home with me as well from some of the prices on the solds. Now, Whistles, I see a lot of people talk about this brand as well, so you know, they seem to have fairly strong sales. I don't think huge money, but it's just a brand that people buy regularly, so it will sell quite quickly. And then this one, maybe a bit of a fail. Alex & Co. kind of long skirt, but yeah, I think it was only £2, but I'm not entirely sure I will do very well on that. Oh, Mills and Boon bundle. If you know me from Instagram, then you probably know I like a Mills and Boon bundle, but I refrained and I left that there. I've actually got some Mills and Boon at the moment, so I'll leave that one. But this book, this was a bit better. Spice Girls 1997 scrapbook. It is open, obviously, but completely unused, and it was 50p, so had to take that one. Now, I left Frinton now, and I'm on my way to Clacton-on-Sea, but right now this is a little shop in Holland-on-Sea, so I popped in here on the way through. It's the only one in this town. Flicked through the men's stuff, but wasn't really saying anything, so I moved on to the Ladieswear, and instantly, these kind of, I mean, look at them. They're a bit of a standout piece there on the rail. These are some Coast, what is that, like shiny material, floral kind of things. They were £4, but yes, sold suggest I could probably get maybe 18, 20 quid on those, so I decided to take those. And then right next to them on the rail, that's not a shelf, Kev, that's a rail, there was this Laura Ashley black sparkly dress. That was £4.50. So yeah, I grabbed that one as well. So 2 items down already in this one shop. Then had to continue to look through the ladies and came across this, there it is, David Barry blue coat, very long, thick wool, really, really quality piece, and that was £4 as well, so I grabbed that. Right, over to you in the car, Kev. Well, the footage will show you that so far so good. I hit up 2 towns. I say 2 towns. The first one, only 1 shop was open, so it has 3 shops, only 1 was open, but I did get those PS2 games in there, and the Reese jumper and Armani trousers, which I'm not too sure on the legitness of, but we'll check them out. And then yeah, done very well in Frinton-on-Sea, which can be a real kind of gold mine at times, quite an affluent area. But I've moved on to Clacton-on-Sea now, sunny Clacton, my semi-growing up town till I was what, 11. And yeah, we'll see how we go on. I do pretty well here. I tend to do car boot sales on a Saturday morning and then head here afterwards. So I haven't been here in quite some time since the boot sales have been off. But yeah, let's get into the shops and see what we can get. So I forgot to take my backpack, so the footage is not going to be quite as concise on this second leg of the trip. But these were a really nice find. RM Williams, lovely brand to find. Australian, I think they make boots and stuff is their main thing, but some trousers here, and they from £3 should see me about 35 quid. Lovely start to the Clacton trip. This fleece, really cool standout design there, like winter mountains, American style on horseback. I paid £4 for it and is already sold for £35. So yeah, really nice. And I grabbed this Jasper Conran jacket, looked like it barely been worn, £3. That's for my son. YSL wool tweed style jacket, £10, 52 regular. Hopefully see about £40 to £50 back on that. Real quality brand, obviously. And then another brand that I've never picked up before, but I've seen people talk about, Poetry. This was 100% linen, from £5. Should hopefully see 25, 30 quid back. Now this was a lovely find. This is brand new with tags. Apollo Space Center, single stitch, so early 90s probably, Prairie Mountain label. It was £5.95, was it, I think? But there's only one listed, which is for about 35 quid in Ukraine, I think. But yeah, hopefully I'll list that for 30, 35 and we should do well. And again, this was also brand new with tags. Don't know if it's from the same donator, but I saw a similar one which was cycling jersey. This is long sleeve, but yeah, really nice. This was nice as well. I'm saying nice a lot, aren't I? I do think these things are nice. There's an Adidas kind of deep red fleece, 1999 label, and one that's pretty much identical and sold for 40 quid there. All Saints, another great brand to find. £8, bit pricey, but very nice. You know, quite detailed, long coat. I think I should probably see 30, 35 back for that. Couldn't really find anything similar to put a screenshot on. And then when you're hunting through the ladies a bit more, I suppose you tend to see labels you've never seen before. And this Trina Lewis Marjon Couture, £5, but you know, sales suggest I should be able to get maybe 25 quid, which is also what I think I should be able to get for this. Morning sun jumper. It's kind of like a raised tree print. Nice one. And at 50p, how could I not pick up these? Candor from C&A, floral embroidered jeans, 50p. Saw this mug. My wife loves art and she loves mugs, so this Picasso print here on this mug at 99p. Absolute bargain. I had to bring that back for her. I saw these, the last shop I went into, I think they were Colin Montgomery, were they, like golfing polos, £1 each. Was thinking of selling them as a pair, but really wasn't worth it. I'd already grabbed enough for the day, so I did leave those. But I did see these Smithy's giraffe, like kids suits. I think it's age 7 to 9. These are quite expensive new, and they're only £1 each. There's 2 of them, so I grabbed those for a bit of fun with the kids and sell afterwards. And it was 3 for £1 on the kids wear. So I saw this All Bar Brown polo, which if you don't know that brand, get to know. 45 quid on the website, still new. Should see about 20 quid back pre-owned. Got this French jumper, well, French slogan from Zara for my daughter for when we go to France later in the year. And then these neck shorts just for my son to mess about in the summer. Back to you, Kev.
Well, there you go. Thank you for joining me on my first charity shop shopping trip of the year 2023. My first full day out and about in the charity shops. Obviously, I've popped into shops here and there since the turn of the year, but that was my real first full day out. But there will be plenty more to come and plenty more documented, videoed here for the old YouTube. So, hope you enjoy them. In terms of the numbers, I spent £139.50 on the day. I plan to list everything you saw in that video there for around £773. That's what I've worked out the listing price as. When you take off eBay fees, I always use 15%. It's a little bit more than what they actually charge. I think it's 11.9 maybe, but it just gives that extra little leeway there in terms of calculating what I believe I might make back. And with those off, that comes to about £657, which when you take off that £139.50 that I spent, I should be seeing about £517.50 back on the goods that I bought today. Now obviously there can be a lot of variables in that. It might sell really quickly, but it might not. I might take offers. I might actually list something for a bit more when I do the research when I come to list it. So, you know, these numbers are all with a pinch of salt, but it should be there or thereabouts. So a nice first trip out at the charity shops. Thanks very much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you're new around here, then hit that sub button to make sure you see when I release any new videos. And if you're not new, then thanks very much for tuning in again. See you on the next one.